Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all? I will do here. We'll see. Weird price action. We will see. We will see, brother. We will see. Yeah, how are you guys? I hope that everyone is cool. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Good morning, Sharada. Amit, Khalid, Donichu, Cat Lover, Punjabi Funded Trader, Sarje, Outlander. Good morning to all of you. I'm Al Mahmoudi. Good to what is your analysis says for today? I don't know, brother. I just opened the chart right now. After yesterday's closing, I just opened it and I don't have anything. So I don't have any bias right now. I'll see actually. Right now, I don't have any bias, nothing. No bullish, not bearish. This is just shitty price action. A lot of consolidation, lot of things. Just don't have any bias. Not holding any bias right now. We'll see if it can go higher or lower. No, nothing important here. Hey Marcus, good morning. We'll wait until until 10 a.m. as it is Friday. So we'll wait until 10 a.m. Then we'll see if I find something to trade. But right now, to be honest, I have nothing. Midnight open is there. Opening gap is here. Huge opening gap. Today's new opening gap here. Oh man. Ha 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 ha. I have to wait a bit. I will wait until maybe 10 a.m. Then try to take some entries. So I'll try to take entry from 10 to 11:30 in this time frame. Easy trades. Good morning, Indian fashion. How are you, sister? Amir Ali. Good morning, brother. Everyone, please don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to push the like button. I don't have any bias. I have no bias at all. Just open the chart. So far, I have seen that this market is just shit. All of this consolidation, you see, all of this consolidation, no bias at all. So wait for market to provide me something before finding my bias or finding my trade. Right now, I'm just not holding any bias. Today's Friday. Remember that Friday is mental capital preservation day. Yesterday was a beautiful day to trade. Today, I think it will be beautiful after a bit, after 10 a.m. New York local time. As this market doesn't provide me anything until now, so I'll wait until 10, then we'll try to go for any trade. But so far, I have this liquidity void area here. This is that opening gap, new week opening gap, or the real volume imbalance over here. I want to see that if it can go toward that 50% at least, until that 50%. If it can reach 50%, then the high can be my target. We'll just wait until 9:30. Sorry, until 10 a.m. Then I'll try to find my bias. Hey Dolfo, good morning. Taslim Imon, hello brother. How are you? Anybody trade this London session? I really didn't know what happened in London. I think London was. I don't think so. London was good or very good to trade. It was shit as well, in my opinion. By the way, if anyone has traded London session, let me know how was the London session. As a hindsight, it doesn't look good to me. Mhm, mhm, mhm. 7M Killzone's good. 7M Killzone was good. 7M, I am not interested to trade 7M. Yeah, it was little good, but I wasn't interested to trade the 7M as we had a news around 8:30. So if there is a news around 8:30, 7M is really difficult to trade. But yeah, it was pretty much good. After clearing those liquidity from 7:30, sorry, 6:30 to 7, cleared that liquidity, not clear displacement, not clear, but still there is a market structure shift. Entry fair gap, last gap work perfectly for this relatively equal lows. This low and that low, they are the relatively equal lows. That's cool. 9:30 candle here. Let me go to the regular trading hour to see the opening gap. Okay, so there is 9:30 candle and the opening gap is over there. I have little sell side liquidity. Market has just engineered not a clean buy side liquidity, but still that is the buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart. I have clean buy side liquidity this side, that I clean buy side liquidity. So let's see how it is going to react from there. 9:30 open, market structure shift, fair value gap can go for this buy side liquidity. We'll wait until 10 a.m. New York local time. First presented gap, if I find the first presented gap, I'll see the 5 handle run. Not going to take it, but just outline it. Yesterday it didn't work. The first presented gap didn't work. If it go outside of this area, I would love to expect that this market will come back again into the range. This is the candle from the weekly chart. So there is no intention to think about the TGIF, because for looking for the TGIF, I need a big candle, something like that. Not like this type of candle. In this type of candle, I don't need to expect the TGIF. Wow. That was a nice one. Let's see if it can reach to the 50%, then it can go for the high of that new week opening gap. No, there is no news. I have a news around 9:45, which is a medium impact news. Not, I really don't care about that news, but we can see. Okay. So after cleared that buy side liquidity, I have the sell side liquidity here, which market has engineered. Can market fall for the sell side liquidity, or does it would love to keep going higher for the new week opening gap high? Okay, that is my intention to see. I'll mark this candle as my first presented gap after 9:30. And I believe that it's the same gap. ICT will agree. We both will be agreed with that, which is the first presented gap so far. Okay, now, and we'll see if it can provide me 25 handle. Not going to take this one. Just see that if it can provide me 25 handle. Yesterday it didn't work. So there 25 handle is until here. This 25 handle. Stop loss should be below that candle which has made this first presented gap over here. As it is too far, I will make it just 1:1. Just 1:1. I'll see if it can go for 25 handle, or does it love to fall for this sell side liquidity. If it started to fall for this sell side liquidity, I'm not going to take this one. I will wait until 10 a.m. New York local time. But as we analyzed it, I would love to see if it can provide me 25 handle. Yesterday it didn't work, so let's see if it can work today. 25 handle. In my chart, it's showing that Jack, it didn't tap to the 50%. I guess in Nasdaq it has tapped over there. Let me check. No, it didn't tap to the 50% of that Sunday gap. Still there is a small portion open. Not even Nasdaq, not even MNQ. For this first presented gap, I don't need to think about weekly gap, fair value gap, nothing. I will just get the BC, so I'll think about 25 handle. Can it provide me that? I should put my stop loss below this low, but as you can see, it's too far, so I'll just make it 1:1. Yesterday it didn't work. Until the body is not going to close below the 50% of this first presented gap, I'm expecting that it will provide me at least 25 handle. In the meantime, I'll look for 20 handle as well, because it can reverse after trading 20 handle. So I'll just look for 20 handle as well, if it can provide me that. Okay, it has closed below this first presented gap. It can work as a, okay, it didn't work today as well. Yesterday it didn't work, today also it didn't work. As it didn't work, I'll put it here, which is the logical level, just below that low. That is the logical level. Would love to keep it over here. Even if it works, I don't care. But yeah, as the body has closed below this gap, now it can go for this sell side liquidity. I'm just not interested to take this sell, but after taking this buy side liquidity, market has engineered that sell side liquidity. It can go for this sell side liquidity. So it can use this first presented gap as an inverse gap now, or the way it should work. I mean, it should work. Or this fair value gap it has created, it tapped to this gap, go for this sell side liquidity. That is more logical to me. If market would love to go for this sell side, but I am not going to take this entry. I will wait until 10 a.m. then I'll go for the trade. So even if it take that sell side liquidity, I will not go for that. First presented gap yesterday didn't work, today didn't work. This week it worked 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday and today didn't work. Let's make it 20 handle. If it was not Friday, that is my selling idea. Sorry, according to the price action, that could be my selling idea. From this first presented gap low, that is my entry here. It's my entry. That's my target. I would take a partial when market would go below this low. This could be my first partial here. That would be my first partial. As it is Friday, I will wait until 10 a.m. Then I will try to take my entry. Until then, I'm not going to take this entry. As I told, if it was not Friday, that could be my entry idea. First partial. Let me put the stop loss in the logical level, which is above that candle. This candle has made this fair value gap over here. This fair value gap. So here, I'm not going to take this because it's Friday, so I will wait until 10 a.m. I'm just not going to take this one. But if it was normal day like yesterday, if it was happening in Thursday. This is my first entry. That could be my first entry according to the price action. I'm just a little afraid over here because it's Friday. So Friday it's little weird, but here market has built that. Sorry, it has taken that buy side liquidity, engineered that sell side liquidity here. This sell side liquidity it has engineered fall, first presented gap, and this gap. They should hold the market, send it lower for this sell side liquidity. Just not going to take this one. But if anyone would love to take that risk, it should be your own risk. Okay, so please, if you would love to take the risk, it should be your own risk. And if any of you take that entry, make sure that you have taken the partial below this low. If you don't take the partial here, you are gambling. Please make sure you have taken the partial. If any of you take the entry, I'm not saying that please take the entry, but if anyone take this entry, make sure that your partial has taken over here. It's not small, I believe, like 32 handle. It's not small. I will go for the trade after 10. Until 10, I'll just keep watching. Da, 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 da. Are you taking? No, I'm not taking this entry. I will take my entry after 10 a.m. New York local time. So until 10 a.m. I'm not going to trade at all because this is Friday. It's really so difficult to trade before 10 around Friday. Yeah, obviously we can take some risk. For example, very lower very lower contract size. Then we can go for this trade. It is logical. This trade it should fall for this sell side liquidity, but not interested to take this entry. I will wait until 10 a.m. Then I will take my entry. Until then, I'm not going to take the entry. Stop loss has to be above the candle which has built this fair value gap. This blue box, this fair value gap. So this candle has created this fair value gap. So stop loss will be one tick above that candle which has built this fair value gap. If this market doesn't take that high, if it doesn't take that high, fall again, closed below this first presented gap, the highest up close body close candle it will make, I will look for sell from that order block. Even if it is before 10, I will look for that sell before 10 a.m. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch it. I will just let whatever it will happen, I will let that happen. Not going to take that any entry before 10 a.m. I will go for entry if and only if it fall again below this first presented gap. I will get the order block. I'll go for the trade from the order block for this sell side liquidity. Otherwise, I will let this go. That should happen before taking that high. Not going to take this buy as well. Nothing. No bias for me. It has taken that buy side liquidity. Now my intention to see if it can fall for the sell side liquidity, or does it want to trade the 50% of that opening gap, then high of this opening gap. So I'm not sure where the market will go. That's why I'm waiting for 10 a.m. Around 10 a.m. I will start to look for my entry opportunity. Good morning, Mahdi. Whoever would love to trade, you can go. You can try. It's up to you. I'm just not going to take any entry. I will look for entry. As I told, if it failed to take that high, close below this first presented gap again, below this area, trade any order block or propulsion block, whatever it will make. If it make any propulsion block or order block, give me the selling opportunity, then and only then I'll go for the sell before 10 a.m. Otherwise, I'll just let this go. It can be violated a lot of times. If this candle close below this fair value gap, then come back again and trade this candle one more time. Then I'll go for sell. By believing the order block. And I'll cover the mean threshold only from the order block. It didn't close below this first presented gap, so not going to use this order block anymore. I'm not interested to use them. If it trade this order block, then fall again, closed below this area, then it will be my propulsion block. The highest up close body close candle will be my propulsion block. Then I will try to take my entry from this propulsion block. If it keep going higher, I'll just let this go. Not going to touch it. Until 10 a.m. So after 10 a.m. I'll take my decision. If I get some edge opportunity, obviously. Friday is little difficult to trade around the opening. You can check it. I mean, you can go back and check it around the Friday 9:30. It's little choppy. Almost every Friday 9:30 open. It's little choppy. Let this go. Not interested to take the buy here. If it keep going higher, I'll just let this go. Has created exact high. Exact high is over there. Good morning, Mahdi. Good morning, Mahdi. Good morning, Mahdi. M2 Sag. Good morning, brother. Sell side looks juicy though. Yeah, I'm also interested to think about sell side only. Okay, so if it keep going higher, I will wait until 10 a.m. and then I will change my mind. Maybe I'll go for buy. But until then, I would love to look for this sell side liquidity and more importantly, this midnight open. So until this midnight open, I would love to see that this market can fall or not. And then below this midnight open until the opening gap 50%. That is my interest to see if it can fall for those areas. But if it keep going higher, I will just wait until 10 a.m. to take my decision to take the buy. From 15-minute chart, all you can see this is that opening gap, which is from Sunday. It would be best if it could tap to this 50%. If it tap to the 50%, that means it is going to tap to the high of this opening gap. So if it come here, trade that 50%, I'll look for that high, opening gap high. But this sell side liquidity is really so beautiful to me. I'm really interested to think about this sell side liquidity. It can be little choppy for first half an hour. So we'll wait a bit. Right now, as I told, if it fall close below this first presented gap, make the order block, I'll go for the sell. No, I'm not going to go for that at all because it is chopping around here. So it is not making any order block, nothing. It is engineering the liquidity. So I'm not going to take that sell from the order block at all. This swing low, is it valid for shifting market structure? No, I'm not going to use this swing low for shifting my market structure as well. So far it has taken that clean highs, perfect. I have some clean lows here as well. This low and that low, clean lows here. So can it fall for this clean lows? It's my interest to see. This low and that low, very clean lows. Not exact low, but very near to each other. High in NQ, no news at 10 p.m. is at 9:40. Yeah, we have a news around 9:45 p.m. AM, which is a medium impact news. I know that, but I am saying that I will go for the trade after 10 because this AM session in Friday, you will see that most of the time it's little choppy. Around 9:30 to 10, it's choppy. So I need to make sure that where the market is going. As I don't have any buy side liquidity, I have forced the market to engineer the sell side liquidity. Except that one, I have no sell side liquidity as well. So no buy side liquidity, no sell side liquidity like yesterday. Nothing I have. So I really would love to wait a bit to find my bias or find my direction. It is better when it is above because it is outside of the weekly range. I know that in Friday, most of the time market come back into the weekly range. So if it started to fall inside the weekly range, that will be better for me. Clean highs here as well. There, very clean highs here. If it can take that clean highs. Engineered more buy side liquidity around this area. Engineered more buy side liquidity. I have this sell side liquidity. Let's see how it is going to react. I will wait until 10 a.m. Then I will take my first entry for today. If the first entry is a winning trade, that means our trade should be down. Then whatever I will do, don't focus over there. My full intention will be with first entry. So the next entry, it can be bullshit. But the first entry, I will wait for the perfection. Okay, so please focus on the first entry. Don't focus on the next or whatever it is. It's very difficult to trade right now. It is engineering liquidity. Right now, it is inside the new week opening gap. Every single level of this area is very, very, very important. Every single level in this area, low to high, because it is inside the new week opening gap. If any of you get the entry, just let me know, brother, because when you take the entry, I learned from there. So it's not something like we all are learning here. So if any of you take the entry, buy, sell, whatever it is, just let me know so that I can learn something from there as well. So your logic or everything, just let me know. Okay. So it has taken that it has engineered buy side liquidity. It has taken that buy side liquidity, trade that 50% of that opening gap. Can it fall for this sell side liquidity, or does it want to keep going higher for that high, which is the new week opening gap high? Does it want to keep going higher? If there is a gap around this area, around this buy side liquidity, if there is a gap, that is the strongest gap. I won't look for buy, but if this gap work as a reversed way, or that means like inversed way, I will try to take that sell if there is a gap around this line. Okay. Mhm. According to the logic, when it comes to the 50% of this opening gap, it should reach to the high of this opening gap. It should reach to the high of this opening gap. According to the logic at the beginning, as I told, if it comes to the 50%, there is much more possibility it will go for that buy side liquidity. I'm only interested to think about that relatively equal loss. Why it left that relatively equal loss over there? Doesn't it want to take that relatively equal loss? It's my question to this market. Why you make that sell side liquidity? I took buy at 15-minute order block when it shows that it's respected. Okay, I took the buy. Okay, Abdul Munir, he told that today could be seek and destroy. It can be seek and destroy. Obviously, it can be seek and destroy. We should wait for 10-10 macro. Yeah, I'm waiting for 10, brother. I'm waiting for 10. I'm just not interested to enter into this market right now. Around 10 a.m., I'll try to take my first entry. But if you ask me, I really would love to frame a sell setup so far. I really would love to frame a sell setup. It's my opinion, but I can change my mind. I can look for the buy as well. But to be honest, I want to look for a selling opportunity. But congratulations, both of you who took the buy. Thank you, brother. And where is your target? At least make sure that you have taken some partial. Partial is the secret weapon for the success of from the trading. Partial is the secret weapon. So please make sure that you have taken some partial. Always make sure take it to take. Don't forget to take the partial. Yeah, it's filling the daily volume balance. It can reach until to the top, which is more logical. If it reach to the 50% of that gap, that is more logical that it will reach to the top of this volume balance or new week opening gap, whatever you say. That is more logical before falling. But the problem is when it left that sell side liquidity, I just let this go a bit and then try to frame the selling opportunity. Whenever you will take the entry, please let me know, okay? You took the entry from the 15-minute order block. That was perfect. I think this was your order block. If I'm not wrong, Abdul Samad Jadani, if I'm not wrong, you have used this 15-minute candle as your order block. If I'm not wrong, just let me know if I'm wrong. Or did you see any other candle as your 15-minute order block? Buy side liquidity at previous Friday 1:30 p.m. session. Okay. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Chill, man. Chill. Wait. Market just opened. No need to rush. Wait a bit. So far, it has just opened, like doing all of these things. Not something very peculiar until now. We'll see. Hey, Outlander. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Caesar. Yeah, Jadan, I was feeling like that way. That is the order block you have used. Good thing, man. Uchi, good morning. Outlander, I'm little happy actually today. A bit happy. I don't know why, but I'm a bit happy. The weather is really so cool. Maybe because of this beautiful weather, my mind has changed. I'll remove this gap and would love to see how this gap is going to work. Really don't want to use this gap as a bullish setup. If it can go through this gap, not going to take the sell because that was a run. I need immediate reaction from the from this line or liquidity line. So I didn't get it, so I'm not going to take the entry from here as well. I will push my button if I feel confident. So in the meantime, whoever would love to take the entry, you can go for it. Maybe some of you can think it will go higher. You would love to take the buy from there, go for it. I'm just not going to take it. If I miss everything, I'll miss everything. I have no problem. You didn't reply my message on Discord. I didn't see, brother. I really didn't open the Discord. I will check it. I will check it, man. Are you Muslim? Yes, brother. I am Muslim. Alhamdulillah. I am Muslim, brother. You're sad. Why is that? Outlander, why is that, brother? Your body closed below 950 macro open, that could be selling opportunity. Let's see, brother. 1 minute to go before 10 a.m. Why you are sad, Outlander? Are you Muslim? Crown Forex. What is your religion? I think you are Muslim. True. There is 10 a.m. candle. This fair value gap, if it can make a fair value gap over here, I'll take a buy from this gap. If it can make a fair value gap over here, my target will be this new week opening gap high. So from there, obviously it has to come back within 3 candle to this area. Okay, stop loss is little bigger, 24 handle. So I will do it from here, and target will be this area. That will be target. I'll go for this trade. If it doesn't come to this fair value gap within 3 candle, I'll let this go. Not going to touch it. So I need 3 candle to come back here to this fair value gap. Within 3 candle, it has to come before reaching to the high of this new week opening gap. Or yeah, before reaching over here, it has to come to this gap. Now maybe it won't fill because my entry point is little lower. I just minimized it because to make it 20 handle stop loss, I just put it here. So maybe I will miss the entry, but the entry opportunity, actually the idea is here. The entry is actually should be from there to until this area. All I will see that if this candle can come here within 3 candle, 1, 2, 3. Within 3 candle, it has to come to this parallel gap. If it doesn't take me, it's okay. I'll be okay with that. Before taking me, if it tap to this high, which is the new week opening gap high, I'm not going to take this entry. I will cancel this limit order. This is the new week opening gap high. Outlander, why you are sad, brother? I'm sad because you did not reply my message. Oh man, I really didn't see it. Very much from you, and Alhamdulillah, I'm profitable trader. Alhamdulillah, Crown. That's cool, man. I took a sell from the first fair value gap, and as always, a loss this time. Yeah, brother, yesterday and today it didn't work. So I'm going to close this limit order as it came very near to this opening gap high. My entry opportunity was there. So if this candle could tap over here, that could be my buy. As it didn't do that and reach very near to this opening gap high, I'm going to cancel this limit order. Okay, so I don't want to take this order, trade anymore. Let me check, Outlander, what is your message? I'm really sorry, brother, because I really didn't notice the message. I was outside, I just came and started this stream. Outlander. Okay. Hey, Mr. Tira, how are you doing? Is that personal message, Outlander? Don't worry, I missed this opportunity or market didn't take me. That doesn't mean that my trade is done. No. If the market has just started, so I will look for a lot of entry opportunities. There will be a lot of other entry opportunities as well. Just need to be little patience. First entry opportunity was from there, it didn't take me. Without taking me, it reached to the high of this new week opening gap. So on my right, you can see this is that new week opening gap high. It tapped exactly to the new week opening gap high. Okay, I got you, man. I'm sorry, I didn't see. I was not active in uh, Discord from yesterday. By the way, guys, Apex is back with 80% sell, where you will get all the information. If Tamim is here, he will share it to you guys. Or if Outlander, if you can share the information, that will be helpful. If Gupta is here, please try to share the information about the Apex. For my funded futures and Tradify, today is the last day for the discount as well, which is 30% discount, 50% discount, and $35 for Tradify account. Oh no, man, don't say that. What is your bias for 10? What is your bias for 10? What do you mean by that? 10. I tried to take a buy from there. Market didn't come. So I was not able to enter from here. So now if body doesn't close above that line, I will try to frame a sell setup. If the body doesn't close above that line, I'll try to frame a sell setup. This 15-minute candle, okay, if it doesn't close above that line, I'll try to frame a sell setup. He was just here to block the people. Oh, current forex see from last Fab lookup of on hour. Mm-hmm. Can be, can be just not going to mark anything else until the body doesn't close above that line. So I would love to look for some kind of reaction from there for this sell side liquidity now. That was the most logical level after tapping to this 50% of that opening gap, reach until the area I was thinking it should reach. So it reached over there. Now I'm interested to think about this sell side liquidity. Can it fall for this sell side liquidity? That is my only interest. So if I find any selling opportunity now, I'll go for that sell. Hey Jency, how are you, brother? Very nice weather. Okay, it's very nice weather. I wish it will give me a selling opportunity. Let me check the 15-minute chart a bit. Mhm. There is a 15-minute gap as well here and gap here. So I would love to mark this gap as well. Let's see if it can provide me a selling opportunity over here. Not like this type of things. I really don't like this type of things, but still, we'll see. If the body close below this gap, I'll try to take a small scalp from this gap to this gap. Okay, so I will put the market order from here, this gap. First, body has to close. Let me show you this. Body has to close below this, tap to this gap until that gap. Okay, so I will try to take a small scalp here. The stop loss will be above that candle. Before tapping to this gap, if it provide me this, I'll go for the market execution. So if this candle come to the low of this gap, I'll try to take that sell. From there, stop loss will be above that candle, above this candle. Target profit should be there. I'll take a partial here around this area, and I will hold my trade until the 50% of this gap. Okay, so until the 50% of that gap, but I'll try to take a partial to the top of this gap. That should be my entry. Small scalp. Okay, limit buy order here to the top of this gap. Stop loss is one tick above this candle, which has created, this inverse gap has been created from there. That will be a partial, that will be a target. So from there to until this area, 26 handle, I'll try to take that 26 handle if it fall. Didn't work. Stop loss was not too big. From here to here, just 11 handle stop loss. As it is low probability, stop loss was small, tried to take that on. Will still hold my bearish bias until it doesn't close above that line. If it close above that line, which is here, you can see, if it close above that line, then I'll try to catch run until this gap. If it close above this line from 15-minute chart, then I'll try to catch a run until this gap. Until then, I'll keep holding my bearish bias. Thinking is this sell side liquidity. That is my thinking. Try sans. Little because of the Sigi. You're smoking too much. A bit. Okay. Engineer the liquidity. If it close above here, above that candle, we'll think about this gap. Can it go for that gap or not? There is a high from 15-minute chart. This is a high, that is a high. So it can engineer the liquidity, then it can fall, then can go for that liquidity. Just not interested to think about the buy until the body doesn't close above that line. So if the body close above that line, then maybe I will think about the buy. Until then, I'll still holding my selling bias. I would love to look for selling opportunity. If it is high probability, I will obviously take maximum loss limit. If it is low probability, I'll go, if it is like 10 handle, 8 handle, 7 handle, something like that type of loss, I'll go for that. Still holding the selling opportunity, selling bias. We'll go for the same kind of entry I took here. We'll try to take the same kind of entry here. If the body close below this gap, I'll look for the same selling opportunity from this gap again. Stop loss above that candle, which is going to close below this gap. But it has to go through one candle, something like this type of candle. It will close there. I'll go for the market execution. Well, it didn't close, so maybe I will miss this trade. Okay, maybe, because I'm not going to take this entry as it didn't close below this gap. So I can miss this trade now. It can keep falling. I will miss this trade, and I'm okay with that. If this body has closed like this candle, if it could close below this below this gap, I would be in this market from this candle. Now I can miss this trade. It can keep falling without me. I'm okay with that. Just not going to chase the price. I needed the body close below this gap. As it didn't provide me that, I'm not going to take it. Keep going higher, I don't care until the body doesn't close above that line. So you can see the body didn't close above that line from 15-minute chart. Still, it is a bearish market to me, not a bullish market. Bearish market. I want to see it will keep falling. I just missed the opportunity here. If it keep falling now, I will miss that trade. That's all. Yeah, it should be by that candle. I mean, one candle should go through this gap. I'm holding the bearish bias, not interested to look for buy as the market didn't close above the opening gap high. So if it could close above that high or that line, I would start to look for buy until this gap. As it didn't close, I'm not interested to look for buy. I will keep looking for sell. Until the body doesn't close above that line, I'm not going to take the buy.